Are we serious? Kamala Harris has come out now in support of Donald Trump's big, bad, evil, racist border wall that the Democrats campaigned so hard against in 2016. And they also did in 2020. Remember, the border wall was one of Trump's first main big things that he announced, actually going all the way back to 2015 when he ran for president, and they immediately smeared it as racist. And this is not how America is. We don't build up walls, we tear them down. And what do you know? Kamala Harris. Actually, you know what? Not Kamala Harris, her aides, because she can't talk apparently. This is like the seventh thing that where they've done this, where it's like, wait, no, she doesn't want to actually ban fracking. She doesn't actually hate the border wall. It's all a joke. Kamala Harris flip flops on building the border wall. Her aides actually did. She won't admit it, but her aides have come out and said no. Now she supports it. You can see if she's elected president, Kamala Harris pledges to spend hundreds of millions of dollars. What? What? The Democrats told me in 2016 when Trump said Mexico was going to pay for the wall that America would pay for it and it's a waste of money and it's a waste of our tax dollars. Why? Why would she say this? They told me. Democrats said it was racist. They told me it was racist. She pledges to spend hundreds of millions of dollars on the wall along the southern border, a project she once opposed and called un-American, and that's basically what all the Democrats said during the Trump administration. Why does it matter? I mean, who even says this? Like, where are they even getting these reports? Because again, she's not saying it. Let's get her, into some type of interview and ask her, what are you talking about here? Now you want to build the wall when you called it racist and your entire party called it racist for the past 7, 8 years. Biden actually kept building it in 2021 when he got into office, and then they stopped. And that's what Biden ran on. He said, no, we're not going to complete it. It's a waste of money. That's the constant thing they would say. It's a waste of money. It's 10, $15 billion. I said that, listen, we need to make it more money so we can build the entire thing, make it fully connect. Even if you have to push it back because of the geography, there's like mountains and things like that. Even if you have to push it back, we need to make it fully connecting. We need to make it 40 feet high, spend 40 or $50 billion on it because we have a ridiculous amount of money in terms. I mean, listen, what have we been giving Ukraine, like 70 billion or something? That could have went to the wall, but it is what it is. So now she's saying she's going to spend all this money, probably billions of dollars, finishing Trump's wall. Why would you take? I mean, she's the knockoff version of Trump at this point. Seriously, why would you go for the knockoff version? It makes no sense. This is another policy she's copying Trump on. I mean, this is blatant because Trump has most of the wall done. He's campaigning. He's saying, if I get in, we're going to finish the wall because the Democrats stopped working on it. And Biden did work on it a little bit, then he stopped. But now she's like, no, we're going to finish it. You're running against the dude who came up with the idea. So oh my God. She wants people to vote for her to finish, which I'm guessing she's endorsing the border wall and Trump's idea of the border wall. She's saying, vote for me. I'm going to finish the thing that the guy I'm running against started. So I'm endorsing him and his proposal, but just vote for me. Please just vote for me. It's brat. I mean, I guess the border wall is brat and listen, it works. It is what it is. She is embracing Trump's immigration policy, and this is what they have to do. Remember, Biden was minus 30 in terms of approval rating on immigration when people would be pulled. What do you think? How do you approve of Biden's handling of the border and immigration? And it would be like, 30% approve of it, 68% don't, 2% have no opinion. I mean, it's just ridiculous numbers. But she still has significant differences with Trump on immigration. And of course, she doesn't want any deportation, and that's very important for them because they need the popular vote and they need all the illegals to become citizens with all the amnesty. That's why there's like 15, 20 million illegals in the country. And she says, no, we're not going to deport any of them. That's because they need the votes. But that's what Trump really needs to hit her on. It's like the idea, you're going to be tough on the border. You're going to give all these people amnesty. You're saying that you're going to build the wall to stop illegal immigration, but we already have crazy illegal immigration in this country. Why would you allow those people to stay and give them amnesty if you hate illegal immigration all of a sudden and you're against it? It makes no sense. You're contradicting yourself. So you hate illegal immigration, but the 10 million that are in the country illegally, they can stay. No, that's perfectly fine. They can stay. So this is just another example of her just blatantly copying Trump. And the reason it's so crazy is because they are the ones that called the wall racist. They said this is not what America does, and it is remarkable. Harris flip flops on building the border wall. And then on top of it, I mean, this is an Axios report. Where are they even getting this from? It's like it's from one of her aides. I mean, it's the same thing with the private Medicare. Oh, she doesn't really believe in eliminating that. We're gonna have one of the aides say it on a Friday night. Oh, she doesn't really want to ban fracking. Oh, she really doesn't want a soft border. She'll build the wall. She's endorsing Trump. She's come out now and endorsed Trump on the wall, on the tax policy when it comes to no tax on tips. And so this is big news. She's endorsing Trump. We've got Don Lemon. Oh, yeah, this was a funny clip where Don Lemon basically says that. I mean, Don Lemon went everywhere. And this is not just, oh, it's anecdotal to a few people. You ask anyone, and a lot of my subscribers will tell people they live in Pennsylvania, they live in Michigan. You see about 300 Trump signs to one Kamala sign. And that's not surprising at all. And that's just what's happening. So you see all these polls, and we've been looking back on the polls from 2016, this date in 2016, this date in 2020, the Trump Hillary polls. It's all so laughable and it's all so false data. And even now we know the data is totally false. Jake Tapper coming out ringing the alarm bells. David Axelrod coming out ringing the alarm bells. They're all saying what I think is basically going on is they're using these polls for propaganda because she won't talk to anyone. And by the way, she has her speech on Thursday night. Well, number one, she was only at the DNC on Monday. Then she left Tuesday, Wednesday. They said she was like locked in her room cramming for the speech. She has the speech on Thursday night. It's a flop. They say, oh, there's going to be this big guest, and nobody comes out. And now she's like had this huge vacation of like 5-6 days. Nobody's seen her. She's like, oh, she needs a break. These people are not cut out for the job. You got Biden hopping, literally hopping from vacation to vacation to vacation to vacation to vacation. He's on like a 16 straight day vacation as well. So I mean, he gave that speech and then left on Monday night when he gave his speech last Monday. So these people are just not cut out for this job. They just want to go on vacations. They think they do one speech and they get 2 weeks off. That's kind of how it is. And even Don Lemon has come out and said, I mean, nobody even cares about Kamala Harris. A lot of people don't even know who she is. And the people that Don Lemon talked to in New Jersey, in Ohio, in the important swing states like Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, they all want Trump. Anyone vocal wants Trump. These are real Americans. These are people that reject communism. They reject heavy forms of socialism because they're like, oh, well, we have some socialism in our government. Yeah, not heavy forms of it. And remember, they want the socialism, and then it goes to communism. That's how it starts. Like socialism is a neutered version of communism. We've also got this Arizona poll that has Trump up by 3. I just can't see Harris winning this election. I understand people get angry when they see a poll here and there, but you've got Harris copying Trump on it. And this thing is huge because you want to talk about the no tax on tips. Trump came up with that, the past 4 or 5 months, but the border wall was something that was one of Trump's first ever things that he wanted to do was build a wall along the southern border. And now Harris supports it. And again, they have to do this because they are so hated in terms of the Democrats' immigration policy under the Biden administration. She has to do a 180 if she wants to win the election because they know immigration, for as much as they want to downplay it and say, oh, abortion's the number one topic when it's not, they know that they have to go hardline against illegal immigration because the vast majority of independents, which are the people that are really going to decide this election in 6 or 7 key swing states, they are against illegal immigration and how bad and horrible the border is. So she's going to have to give more ground and distance herself even further from the Biden administration and say, that, I don't support what they were doing with the wall and the border. I'm going to go tough on it. And she's endorsing Trump and his border policy and his wall. But she wants amnesty for everyone, more so because they need the votes. And you see, there's other stuff coming out that now you've got like all, Democrats telling illegal immigrants they can vote in New York. That's how they run up the popular vote. And then you've got all these gerbil Democrats. Well, Trump has never won the popular vote. I mean, yeah, you've got illegals in New York saying, I mean, I'm not legal and I can vote. There's a dude in an interview, and that's how they win the popular vote. And then liberals use it as an argument like, oh my God, Trump's never won the popular vote because he loses California by 5 million votes. It's totally ridiculous. The real American people, real American citizens were conservative by nature. We are conservative by nature, and Trump probably, if you had just real American citizens that had American values, Trump would probably be at 65-70% in terms of overall popular vote. I'm not even kidding because most of their supporters hate the country and they hate our founding fathers. That's not a joke. They think they're racist. They want all the statues to come down. so they don't like the country, and then they dress it up at the DNC and say, "Oh, we love America, we patriotism." Remember the dude on CNN that said it was patriotic to burn the American flag? That's how deranged it's gotten. And so they fake like America for 3 months, and then they say, "Nope, we're going back to it after if she wins, it's nope, now America sucks again. America's racist. It was built by racist white men." That's exactly what would happen if she ends up winning. She's not going to win. There's no way. This is absurd. She's copying Trump blatantly again, and she's not like this is the craziest thing about this. She had one of the worst approval ratings of any VP in history. She was hated to the point where you had mainstream leftist media like Stephen Colbert say that they need to move on from her, and even CNN said this back in March. They were like, "Oh my God, Biden is doing so bad in these polls against Trump. It's because of Harris and how bad she is. So they need to move on from her because she's dragging Biden down." So that was back in March. And of course, because she's the VP, I mean, the VP just doesn't do much anyways. Nancy Pelosi said that back a year ago. Nancy Pelosi even said she didn't like Kamala Harris basically in an interview with CNN when CNN asked her, "Do you think Kamala is the right person?" And then she's like, "Oh, it's who he picked." She gave a non-answer. She didn't even like Kamala. But think about that. She had one of the worst approval ratings of any VP, and now you would think it would only get worse because let's understand something. Kamala Harris, she wins no election. She gets installed in because of Biden's horrible debate. That's why it happened. Remember, before the debate, the Democrats, their top overall message was Biden's the only person to beat Trump. He's going to be fine. Biden has a terrible debate. It goes on a death spiral, and then Democrats go crazy and say we need to replace him. And they do so basically illegally because they blackmail him and threaten him with the 25th Amendment. And then he's forced to step down for Harris. And then you would think, well, okay, Harris is going to want to prove herself. She's going to do all these interviews. She's going to make the rounds. I mean, you would think if you are in that position, like if I was the VP, just put yourself in those shoes. And now I've been basically handed on a silver platter, potentially being the next president. Like my name is going to be at the front of the ticket. There's going to be millions of people that are voting for me. I'm the leader of a massive political party in the United States, and I got here via, somebody else stepping down. I did not win a primary. I should have to prove myself. I'll go on CNN. I'll go on Newsmax. I'll go on Fox News. I'll go everywhere and I'll talk and I'll say, I want to be open with the American people. I know I wasn't elected, but I'm ready to lead. This is what I've done. This is what I want to do. This is why I didn't do what I did. None of that. She does none of that. And she acts all exclusive and like she just deserves to be given this. And it's just all so pompous and arrogant. And she gives a 30-minute speech at the DNC. And it's like, you would like, this is how crazy it is in the United States. They go to her. She doesn't do anything. And then she goes up. She does not do anything, and then she gets rewarded for it. But again, a lot of those polls are fake. Even top Democrats say it. That's why Tapper and Axelrod are saying, listen, the alarms need to go off. Democrats are overconfident. These polls are all propaganda. They have to use it as propaganda because Harris is not talking. They have to do something. I mean, they've got to do something. If she's not going to speak to anyone and give out any policy, there was no policy that was given out during the DNC when everyone thought that was where the big unveil was going to be. And it just did not happen. JD Vance saying Kamala Harris, and I thought this was just a joke, honestly, when JD Vance said this. JD Vance said this on maybe like a week and a half ago. Kamala Harris will soon propose that we finish the border wall and make America great again. And again, I was like, you would think he'd be joking. That is what happened. That is legit what happened a week and a half later via one of her anonymous aides giving a leak to Axios and saying, oh, we actually want to finish it now. So that's how absurd it is. And this is really, really crazy stuff. And now we've got Trump coming out and dropping an NFT collection. So let's see what Trump has to say here.
Hey, Trump, with some very exciting news. By popular demand, I'm doing a new series of Trump digital trading cards. You all know what they are. We've had a lot of fun with them. It's called the America First Collection. 50 all-new stunning digital trading cards. It's really something. These cards show me dancing and even me holding some Bitcoins. Here's the best part. I'm doing great things for my Trump digital card collectors. First, there's the real physical Trump cards.
All right, I don't know if this is what Eric Trump was talking about. I thought they were going to launch their own blockchain or something, but maybe this is what it was. And actually, I don't think this is what it is. I think they're doing a separate crypto project. Trump just needs to come out and endorse Dark MAGA. I mean, that would be great. But, with the NFTs, everything like that, it's whatever. But Trump launching NFTs or whatever, I would say, listen, I stay away from NFTs personally. But either way, guys, that is going to do it for this video. Make sure you follow me on X. Link to that's always in the description.